The blue rose has an incredibly powerful message for you in today's video. I'm really excited to bring this to you. It's been percolating for a couple of weeks now, and I thought I'd make it a couple of days ago, and it was like, no, the energy wasn't right. Yesterday wasn't right. Today was like, yes. And of course, I sit down to film, and this room was light filled and suddenly got darker and darker. So I got my light out, and then I just heard some thunder. So I'm like, oh, I love this, that this energy is coming in with the blue rose, because the blue rose is certainly about shattering a whole lot of belief systems. So perfect that there should be some thunder. If you are new here, hello, I'm Jacquelyn Atkins, and I'm currently filming a series called The Rose Garden. And in that series, I'm bringing through different messages from different roses. Now, the difference with the blue rose and the messages brought through previously is that you might say there's no such thing as a blue rose. And on one level, you could be right. On a 3D level, yes, you are right. Although I believe that they have, put a few different ones together, cloned a few, and created a blue rose of sorts, genetically modified. But I believe it's more sort of lavenderish. But there is a true blue rose, and this true blue rose cannot be seen in the third dimension. It is a higher frequency rose. It is a fifth dimensional rose, and believe you me, it definitely exists. Now, there's quite a bit about the blue rose. If you search, there are many people talking about the blue rose, and especially energetic, and also as part of the rose line. I hadn't focused a lot on the blue rose energy. I was aware of it, and over my years, even as a sound healer 10, 15 years ago, I was aware of the essence of the blue rose, and particularly in my connection with Egypt, ancient Egypt. I was aware of the blue rose energy, but I hadn't given it a lot of focus, certainly not in recent years. And during my 1 year Priestess of the Rose Temple initiation training that I led some ladies through this year, the blue rose came through as one of the 11 roses. So in that initiation, there are 11 oracles and 11 rose colors. And not all of those rose colors are roses you will see in your everyday rose garden. And the blue rose is one of them. She has a very pure frequency. And when she came through in the initiation, and certainly whenever I am working with her energy now, it is very much around the throat chakra. And the throat and heart, I would say. Actually, as I've said that, she's got, and the third eye, this section, but a higher frequency of it. And when I see her clairvoyantly, she's lapis blue. So she's not like a sky blue or that sort of peacock blue. She's a lapis blue. So I just grabbed a little piece of lapis, so you can just have a look at that's the color that I see her as. And sometimes I even see like that little bit of gold through her, like the lapis has. So this is the frequency that comes through, of course, a very Egyptian frequency. Now I've got a little backstory here before I get into her message. I have always had a very strong affinity with Egypt. The cleansing rains are coming down now as I'm speaking. Everything's getting very dark, but hopefully you can still see me in the light. I loved ancient Egyptian history at school, and I particularly had a strong resonance with Queen Hatshepsut, the Egyptian female pharaoh. And when I was living in England in my 20s, it was a priority for me to go to Egypt. And I did. I went on a tour of Egypt when I was about 26, 27. That was in the early 90s, 93, I think. And I was going purely from a historical perspective then. I hadn't awoken to the fact that there were deeper energies at play here. And it was amazing for me, amazing. And I remember going to Queen Hatshepsut's temple and it was such a profound experience for me. There is the most torrential rain coming down right now, and I want to bring in the essence of it. I don't know if you can hear it, but I want the essence of that to come through, because this is a part of the blue rose. This is what she's bringing in, this phenomenal clearing that's coming through in the thunder as well as in the really heavy rain. You know, this is just perfect timing for this video. So I just wanted to bring that energy, acknowledge that energy is here right now. So anyway, I actually almost had an opportunity to move to Egypt at that time, because after touring around, I went down and did some diving in Hurghada on the Red Sea, and I did my advanced diving course at the time, and was offered to do my dive master training there if I came and lived there, and I got to live for free. And so I went back to London with the intention I would do that. And then when I went back to London, I got distracted by someone who'd asked me out on a date before I went away. And as a result, I never went back to Egypt. So I got very close to living there. But I haven't been back since. And I've been very aware of it. Egypt is certainly very prominent now. And I think thanks to the work of Robert Edward Grant and others, but he's really brought back, he's taken it to a new level, the interest of that people have in Egypt. And weirdly, this is why I created this video today, because I had a dream last night that he was teaching a group of us different sounding. And at the time when Egypt was so strong for me in my spiritual journey was when I was a sound healer. And I've had many memories, recalls of using sound, my voice, in ancient Egyptian temples. And so when I had that dream last night and we were singing sort of in threes, like 3 different notes, and then really different sounds, and it was very powerful. And that's when when I woke this morning, the Blue Rose said it's time. Now it's time to do this video. I mean, to bring through the Blue Rose message. So that's right. Then on this Sunday just gone, which was 3 days ago, I suddenly, after a couple of years of people saying to me, when are you going to take a retreat to Egypt? When are you going to take a retreat? And I'm like, it's not the right time, not the right time. And then suddenly, on Sunday, I had Hatshepsut, Cleopatra, and Nefertiti. So 3 Egyptian queens, pharaohs, with me. And they said, 2027. You've got to go in 2027. I was like, okay, which is actually the year I turned 60. So it was so clear. And then, of course, I've been integrating since I got that clarity. So Monday and Tuesday, I was very agitated. There was a whole lot going on. Today, I've gone very inward focused. So interesting that I'm suddenly going in the dark here with this torrential rain. And that's reflecting how I've gone. So something is being activated in me. And then, of course, that dream. So the Blue Rose, let's get on to her now. So she is a 5th dimensional rose. And when I tuned into her this morning, so I'm just going to say, what do I mean by that? So she does exist in 5D. And so when your frequency is at that frequency, that vibration, you see the blue rose. And this is what's going to be happening more and more to us. Now, of course, we are moving 4th, 5th, back into 3rd. Like, we are shifting at the moment all of the time. But we are hanging out more and more in that particular frequency that I often call New Earth frequency. And so we will start to see it. We will start to see things in our outer world that we couldn't see before, which is why there's going to be so much more awareness of other life forms now. They've always been here, but we're going to see them now. We couldn't see them before because we were in a different vibrational frequency. This is going to happen with so many things. Anyway, the blue rose is one of them. So when she came to me, she said, this time now is about being the full expression of your blueprint. So think of your blueprint as being your blueprint from your soul, why you're here, what's held here in the heart chakra, in a very higher vibrational frequency of your heart chakra, that holds the code for your life. What? Why are you here? What did you come down for? That is your blueprint. Our throat chakra has been held in a third dimensional frequency because we have been shamed and made wrong for expressing, for when we attempted to give expression to that blueprint. And this has been over lifetimes and lifetimes. This has been through your family lineage. This has existed for at least a few thousand years. And so now as our consciousness shift, as it's expanding out, the opening is happening. Oh. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh. There was just massive lightning before that thunder. It is so perfect because that is what's going on in our throat chakra right now. I love that this is happening. So what's happening with this expansion is that we can't lie about who we are anymore. And actually, I feel really teary about that. We can't pretend to be who we're not. We can't pretend to be what others have told us to be, what our education told us to be, what our parents told us to be, what society told us to be. We can't do that anymore. We want to evolve in our consciousness. We must follow our blueprint, and not simply follow it, we must give expression to it. The throat chakra is about expression, not just written and verbal expression. It is about the full expression of your essence. It is about, you maybe express yourself through dancing. You maybe express yourself through cooking. There are so many ways you could express yourself. Maybe it is through channeling. We have many aspects or many ways to give expression. And so what this is all about is that expression is a true representation of that blueprint that you have in your heart chakra. And that those channels from that blueprint out through your throat chakra are clear and strong and aligned. And this is what the blue rose energy brings in. No more swallowing back who you are. No more hiding. The throat chakra, in many ways, is going to lead the way into the 5D frequency. You can tell, because have a look out there in the last few years. Have a look at how many people have created YouTube channels, podcasts, based on their truth, sharing their truth. And a lot of these people are quite humble in that. They're also willing to admit that others have other truths, but all they know is they have to share their way of viewing the world. They have to share what they see as true, what their experience is. So this is the opening of this doorway. This is the blue rose energy. So she's there amongst us, weaving. She's there amongst us, weaving. And sometimes she doesn't take any prisoners. Sometimes she is like the loudest clap of thunder. And I think the reason that this storm is happening as I pressed record is this is showing the importance of this at this time. This is showing the power of this at this time. If you want to live your purpose, do what you came here to do, be who you truly are, you must give expression to it. There is no point hiding in a cave. Hiding in a cave, just reflecting, this is who I am, this is my truth. No. If we want to create new earth, we have to express it. Creation comes through expression. Yes, there is the yin aspect of creation, but the yang is required. The throat chakra is quite a yang chakra. It is putting the energy out there. This is how we bring it into being. And the blue rose is here to make sure of that. Now, a really important aspect of the blue rose is that you find a tribe who you can be that with, who you can speak that truth, even if you're a little uncertain about it, even if you are receiving some wisdom, but you are uncertain about it. It is really important that you are able to have a safe place to express it, to express who you are in whatever form that is. This is vital. And this is why I created my Temple of the Rose membership, because it is a sacred sisterhood where we can bring through our wisdom in a really loving, embracing environment. It's so important. So if you're looking for that, then you might consider checking out my membership. And if you don't have the resonance with it, that's fine. I completely understand that. We are all different. But find your tribe. Find your tribe. Somewhere where you do feel empowered, heard, and able to truly express who you are. The blue rose is demanding it. So sometimes it's nice to actually follow that path before you get the clap of thunder over your head. Just take it while it's smooth and the sunshine is out. It's often the easier way. Okay. There's one more thing I do want to mention before I go into the meditation from the blue rose. And this is, I did previously mention that the blue rose came through quite strongly for me in the Priestess initiation training that I offer. This year I did it as a whole 1 year. What I'm going to do next year is it's broken up into 2 modules. So the first initiation is January till early April, latest January to early April. It goes for 13 weeks. There are 11 calls. And this is about manifesting with the rose or creating with the rose. And over those 11 calls, we will receive an initiation from each of the 11 oracles of the rose line and each of the 11 roses associated with that oracle. It's an incredibly profound journey. So this is the first initiation that I offer as a priestess of the Rose Temple. So if you're interested in that, send me an email at jacquelynatkins.com, and we can just tune in and see if it is right for you. There's still 6 places remaining on that journey. Incredibly powerful journey for the ladies that went through this year. And in fact, they're moving now into the 3rd initiation, which will be running around the same time. So please get in touch. I'll put that email address below, and I will also put the link to my membership, thetempleoftherose.org. If you do want to check it out, it is a low-cost membership, but if you wish to be surrounded by a sacred sisterhood who really acknowledges your wisdom and supports you to blossom into more of who you are, that's the place. Let's go. Let's go into the blue roses message. Now I've done my little spiel. Just practicing, getting that throat chakra activated. Okay. And actually, I'm just a little aside there. It is important to share about what you do. Because imagine if I came here and created these videos and you're like, wow, I love this, I want to know more, but she never tells me. I don't know how to know more. And so this is why it's important to share who you are and share, look, this is a way you can find out more about this. So if you are watching this and you've held back on doing that, the blue rose is here to encourage you to step into your power and speak about what you do. Share ways that people can find out more about it, because otherwise you are depriving them of their expansion of consciousness, because perhaps it's a pathway through the wisdom that you have. Okay, on that note, I will close my eyes once more. And allow the blue rose. Gosh, I didn't know what I would be talking about. So the blue rose is certainly activated in me. So close your eyes and take your focus down to your feet chakras, on the balls of your feet, where you connect in with the energy of Mother Earth. And feel your oneness with her as her energy moves into you and your energy moves into her. Feel yourself anchored. And as you feel yourself anchored, be aware that the blue rose is growing up from in the earth. So it's like the earth beneath you is holding her fifth dimensional form, her new earth frequency. And from that, the blue rose is growing up. So there's this rose growing, her stem is growing up through you, and it's passing up through your chakras. And then it's stopping at the point of your throat chakra. And at that point, you start to see a little bud emerging from the top of that stem. And as you watch, or as you feel, that bud just gets larger and larger. And then it starts to open up. And it's quite large. It's surrounding your throat chakra, sort of down into your heart a little bit, up to your third eye. Like this whole area is blossoming into the most magnificent blue rose. Now, despite what I said before about the color of the blue rose, you go with what color is coming to you, because every shade of blue, every shade of blue has a different frequency. So whatever you are receiving right now is the perfect frequency for you. So feeling that beautiful rose there. Now, as the frequency of this rose shifts into your throat chakra, you might find yourself clearing your throat, needing to cough. I can feel that as I say it. You might find you need to have a sip of water, just something to clear the throat. The rain is still falling around me, although not quite as heavy as it was, not around me, outside, but it's still clearing. So you might find that there are some old beliefs and stories, memories that are actually integrating in your throat chakra right now, being cleansed, so that you can hold the frequency of the blue rose. And just notice, just play with this, whether you can smell the rose. Your nose is hovering there above it. Just notice what scent you are smelling. If you can, just play with that. I also want you to tune into your ear chakras. Your ear chakras, well, they're a part of your throat chakra overall. The ear chakras are quite smaller chakras, but they're a part of the throat chakra. So your listening is a part of the throat chakra. Just tune in and notice if you can hear an inner sound. Very often we do have an inner sound. There is an inner vibration. So I'll be quiet to enable you just to tune into that for a minute. And as you tune into that, this frequency you hear is a part of this fifth dimensional frequency that I'm speaking of. So that frequency is moving through your throat chakra with the essence of the blue rose, activating it. And I'm going to bring through a direct channeled message from the blue rose. Child of the new earth frequency, you are here to create this new utopia. Of course, it will not all be utopia in the creation, but the frequency you hold of this new Eden, this paradise, this fifth dimensional version of Earth called Gaia. This frequency will come through in all that you create. When you create from love. As the blue rose, my essence can only be activated within your throat chakra when you are creating from love. If you are creating from fear, my essence will elude you. When you create from love, you are creating from your blueprint. Your true sacred geometry, the code of who you are held in your heart chakra. It is a higher vibrational form of your heart chakra that holds this blueprint, and that is accessed through love. And through this love is how you create and activate the blue rose within your throat. This is how you give full expression of your truth, of your true essence. This is how you as a creator create new earth. It is a new earth within that is created first. And that new earth within is created through the expression of your blueprint. And once this is created within, it will be seen in your outer world. All creation happens within first. The outer reflects. When you create from love, from the higher frequency of love within your heart, through your throat, you create your own internal Eden. And this is what you will then live in. Today I bring you the codes of my frequency, the frequency of the blue rose, planted within your throat chakra, ready to give expression to your pure blueprint, not the distorted blueprint, the pure blueprint, which is becoming easier and easier for you to access as your consciousness expands. Meditate with me. Call on this essence to assist you in moving into the empowered expression of yourself, to finding the voice you've always known you had, finding your expression, pure expression, empowered expression, loving expression, but true expression. You have moved beyond that which is called the witch wound. It has been integrated. Do not allow that to become an excuse. Your consciousness has moved beyond. Truth is all there is. Your truth, your expression of your essence. Receive this activation now into your throat chakra. It is activating the codes of the blue rose within you. Hiuelem wagaran no puekistoiran, huiayanete o kustenya, kuranele piakane sotu, hianna kioyana seto, hiola de, kuya yanto yantu. So please share with me in the comments below. How are you going to be activated by the blue rose? How are you going to use those codes to express more of yourself in this world? More of your blueprint. It's time. Thanks for joining me for this video. I'll probably have a little break now over Christmas, New Year, and see you in the new year where we'll continue our Rose Garden series, unless I get really inspired and decide to create something, who knows. Rose blessings to you.